All right, so you guys, it's your show. So this is the media lab.
Okay.
What age group?
K6.
Yeah, K through 6 building.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then we'd like our media center to be the focal point of the school, so in the center of the building.
Okay.
Attached to the media center, we would like a theater or literacy area.
Now, when you say or literacy area, how do you delineate theater versus literacy area? Or do you mean something literacy is there's a dramatic extension of literacy? What do you mean by that?
You know, just that they can be interchangeable. You know, it can be a room where, let's say the media center is really busy. It can be an area where it's just cut off from everybody else and it's a quiet room to go.
Okay.
It would also have theater seating where you could have classroom presentations, that kind of thing, or just a teacher reading to students.
Okay, excellent. Okay, terrific.
And then we'd really like, since the sky's the limit, we'd like outdoor seating or some sort of atrium attached to our media center. Something
Okay.
that could bring us to outside without going outside the school walls.
So do you mean outside as in like an internal courtyard or atrium, or do you mean outside as in outside?
No, I mean in courtroom.
Courtyard.
Courtroom. That's more like my office.
Okay.
This is Minnesota. It wouldn't be outdoors.
And we're talking about having...
Now I got to share with you, Randy Fielding, I was just speaking with him in Ohio. He and I did a 3-day thing here for school superintendents across the state, et cetera. And he was talking about a client he has up in the Yukon. I mean, so we're talking pretty chilly. And he's Minneapolis-based, so he knows your temperate zone pretty well. And he was talking to this school leader up in the Yukon, and they wanted outdoor classrooms. And his response to Randy, who of course was going to ask the natural question of like, well, how are we going to deal with that? And he said, you know, there's no such thing as bad weather. There's only bad clothing choices. And it's really interesting. I grew up in Maine, you know, I cross-country skied through high school, and I, you know, it's interesting. It's like we don't create outside spaces because it's always too hot or always too cold. And yet we all know that we can adapt as long as we, you know, adapt. But, you know, sometimes they have to design mud rooms simply because the kids are outside so much in snow that they need a transition space and literally to deal with mud. And that becomes a design concern for them. Okay, but you mean internally. Okay, excellent. All right, so what's after the kind of courtyard concept?
Then we would like high ceilings, natural light, skylight, that kind of thing, as much as we could.
Even in the computer lab.
Even in the computer lab. Love it. Yeah, usually computer labs are kind of, you know, four walls. Yeah. So that's beautiful. All right, high ceilings. I said seatings. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Okay, skylights, etc. So all right. So a variety of heights. Okay. Okay, terrific.
We'd keep the books to kind of the outside of our media center and learning centers or tables towards the middle.
Okay. Okay, terrific.
We'd like mobile classrooms, so laptop carts, that type of thing, available along with portable smartboards so it can move around the media center to the different learning areas.
Terrific. All right.
And then I think comfortable chairs is a must. Not just comfortable chairs, but maybe beanbag chairs, couches, that kind of thing, where they can, if it's time to read, they can just go relax and read their books, and maybe still move around a little bit while they're doing it.
All right, fantastic. Love it. Anything else you want to add, or does this feel pretty central to what you guys came up with?
Well, we're talking about in the center to have a conference room. And that would have video conferencing capabilities, and roundtable seating for about 30 students with laptops, and a smartboard, with the idea that it can be a place that the teacher takes a classroom in, or kids can use it in groups to do their own presentations, their own teaching.
Now, I'm sorry, did you say one big table or?
No, it'd be not one big, huge. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you could get a big old 30 seating.
But you want 30, 30
Yeah, that would,
seats,
yeah, 30 seats.
and you want adjustable
Yeah,
arrangement.
ergonomic.
Okay. Anything else before we start to kind of look at some trends here?
One more thing I think that's important is that in our computer labs, which would be offset from the media center, is that we like the idea of having theater seating inside the computer labs, and that their computers are facing the instruction.
Okay. So you're imagining almost like a graduate school arrangement, like the professor down below and kind of stair-step seating where kids are on laptops at various levels. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Seating, so laptops face teacher or stage. Okay. All right. Very, very good. All right. Very nice. Well, we have about 5 or 10 minutes till you guys need to get to work and start to ship. Do you have any, and I almost hope you don't at this point, do you have any assumptions or biases towards how you want things physically designed, physically arranged, sketched, or are you guys going to start that process now?
We already did.
Yeah.
Already started to sketch? Okay, let me then let me not look at those, because what I want to do is, regardless of what your assumptions are, just kind of point out some things that catch my eye and ask a question or two, and then basically you've got an hour or so to actually come up with a drawing, a concept of some sorts, and then we really get into the devil's advocate and questions kind of stuff. So I'm going to shift back to the classroom side of things, and I'm going to point out a couple things that I'll just go really in order, so that way I'm not forgetting anything. Okay.